Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the K&B Music Day, and I'm Keith.
I'm Brad.
And here we go, ranking albums in real time.
Real-time rankings.
So who have we done? We've done REM.
REM.
We did Pearl Jam.
We did Pearl Jam, yeah.
And didn't we do another one?
We did Ryan Adams, I think.
No, not
We
in
did?
real time.
Oh, my
We
God.
did our top 10, didn't we?
Okay, yeah.
Well, whatever. Look up the channel. But we don't have memories. But at least we remember who we're doing today,
Yes.
and that is...
Stone Temple Pilots.
There he is. So, we are only ranking
The Scott Weiland era.
era.
Yep.
I heard a little bit of the... well, I know they did something with Chester Bennington. I don't know, was that even a full album?
Yeah, I think there was a full
More of
album in there.
tour. And then, I'm sorry, I don't know the gentleman's name that did the last two. For what they are, good, solid rock albums, but to us, STP is, the original lineup. So, so only 6 albums this time.
This should be easy.
So, should be.
Well, yeah.
In theory.
There's definitely some high, I got some strong opinions on this, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah. See, because we'll just get into it, but
Okay.
a lot of them are very close to me.
Okay.
So that's why I'm interested to see where you're coming from. But, all right, shuffle.
I'm just going to reach and grab.
All 6 CDs in the bag. And what's the first one?
There it is. Tiny Music.
Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop.
Yep.
I think you're a really big fan of this one.
Huge fan of this one.
Huge fan of this one. Well, it's number 1 for now, at least.
Yeah.
Their 3rd studio album.
Yes.
This was after the massive success of Purple.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of tinkered with their sound a bit.
A lot of it.
A little bit of glam.
Yeah, there was some glam in there. I feel like he went through a David Bowie phase or something there.
Yeah.
Very much the sound changed, the production changed, his voice sounded different.
Yeah.
Everything on the album was very different, but very unique in a good way to me.
I agree. Very cool. Yep. They could have made Purple too, but they decided to have some fun and tinker with their sound.
We discussed a box set earlier, remember? That I was upset that had vinyl and
Oh, yeah.
This was it. I went into the record store.
Oh.
They had this for $68 for the 50th, or not 50th, 20th anniversary or whatever.
Yeah.
But it had vinyl and CDs, and I just wasn't...
Do CDs or vinyl?
Yeah, I couldn't do both.
Yeah.
So...
All right, let's see what's next.
On to the next.
See if it's going to knock this one off or...
There it is.
Oh. Core. The debut. This one has a special place in my heart.
Okay.
When I started college in the 90s, this Plush had just hit huge. And I'll never forget, my first year of college, I actually went to New Jersey, and then I finished back here in Pennsylvania where I spent most of my life. But that one year down in New Jersey, we all did an orientation as freshmen, and we were walking in a group, a bunch of us guys, we had just met, We're walking in a group from one building to the other, and it was at night. And one guy just out of nowhere just starts singing Plush. And I feel time's a ways to go. The whole group of us guys, by the chorus, we're all in. Where you going for tomorrow? Like, we were in, man.
Wow.
I'll never forget that. It was like a cool moment. But regardless, what are your thoughts on this album?
That song is a standout. The rest of the album, I'm not as huge on.
Really?
To me, this was them still finding themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of people still kind of said this was them chasing Pearl Jam a little bit.
Yeah.
So for me, no. This one is not one of my high, which I knew this is going to be where I catch some crap. This is not one of my favorite Pearl Jam. I mean,
Let's see.
That's not a mistake. This is Stone Temple Pilots album. This is not one of my favorites.
Okay. So you think it's a little too trying to sound like other bands, and
Well,
then
yeah,
later on they found their own sound?
I think they found their own way.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but...
Well, that was basically correct. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, there's no argument.
If they're the right words, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. When we do this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you do too, I re-listen through all these albums.
Yeah.
Because like you have a good point. A lot of times you'll have it in your head where things are, and then you re-listen on fresh ears, and things shift.
Oh, yeah.
Things get knocked over. This album went up for me.
It went up.
It went up for me on fresh ears
because that's not what I expected.
Yeah, the knock on this album that you could say is that it doesn't have the diversity and the eclecticism of Tiny Music or even Purple. But it moved up. I think it rocks hard all the way through. It kicks some serious ass. But I can't argue that Tiny Music's above it. I can't argue that Tiny Music needs to stay there.
Okay.
So once we get more of these out, we might have a little more.
We might have an argument later. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Tiny Music is fantastic.
There you go. Show the people. Show the people.
You ready to shimmy?
Here we go. Here's Purple. Well, which way are you talking about shimmying here?
I'm talking about putting this fucker at number 1.
Man, I definitely would put it number 2. 1 is hard for me. When I go track by track by track by track and just look at them, you got Tripping on a Hole. I mean, yeah, Purple. I like Interstate Love Song. And you got.
Keep talking.
It's debatable. I mean, if you're that strong on it, I'll go number 1. I personally
Don't bow down to me.
I wouldn't put it as number 1 myself.
Well, then let's fight.
Well, there's no way I'm getting you. You seem very strong on this. Where I'm 50. I definitely am 55-45 as far as which I think's better. But it sounds to me like you're a lot more.
I think this is the best Stone Temple Pilots album. I'm playing my hand for the rest of them, but I don't give a shit at this point. By far.
By far.
I think this is a perfect album.
Perfect.
I think every song is... the sequence even is perfect. I don't even mind the little silly song at the end about the second album. Like, whatever he's doing, the Johnny Mathis thing.
This is why to me I'm not going to fight because in my collection I preferred this album. I really enjoyed this one though as well. So
I mean the leap from Core to Purple is
I think it's big.
It's huge.
I think it's big. Yes.
Now this is their experimental left turn brilliance.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. But if someone said to me, I don't really know, I've never even heard, I've heard the name, I know nothing about Stone Temple Pilots.
You're right.
I'm giving them this.
You're right. That's a good way to put it. That is a good way to put it.
This over.
If it was someone who does not know and you want them to get, that's not a bad, I agree.
Now, don't just change.
No, I agree. Purple probably is more, this isn't as palatable as Purple in my opinion.
That's a good way to put it.
This is unique. When I first heard this album, it was...
I mean, trust me, there was a time in my life where this was number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, again, re-listening in fresh years, I hadn't listened to this full album in a while, and holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute perfection.
It is. It is really good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I lean this way, but...
Well, we know this is going here.
That's definitely going to 3.
That's not...
This is going to go to 2, but that's strong 2, yes.
You're sure? Okay.
Yeah, you sweep me on the introduction to someone new.
Yeah, okay.
That I do think there's
because,
no way
if you introduce them on this, it'd be like...
It's a unique...
What is this band?
It's an outlier in their catalog.
Yeah, and a fantastic one.
Yeah.
So, all right, here comes the next one. Oh. Well, here's an interesting question. Number 4.
Yeah.
Will it be number 4 on our list, or is it going to bump anything out?
No, this is where
what say you?
Things are going to get crazy, because for me, I'm taking number 4 over Core every day of the week.
I am too.
Okay.
I think this is their most underrated album.
I agree, 100%.
By a mile.
Yep.
There are days I put it here above Tiny Music.
Ooh.
But I'm not going to do that till after.
I can't do that.
I just got my Purple win, so I'm not going to press my luck.
Yeah, that one it's not going to go above that, but it's definitely...
Number 4
is number 3.
Is number 3. And Core is number 4. Look at that, folks.
Yep.
We only got 2 more albums to get to, and we know what they are. They're the 2 later ones. Isn't that interesting how this worked out, pulling them out randomly?
Yeah.
So, and this is the final one with Scott Weiland.
Yep.
Self-titled. Now, let me start on this one.
Yeah, you go ahead. I know you have a...
Well, there are some, oddly enough, Beatlesy moments on this album, if you think about it. I think perhaps this could be their second most underrated album. But as I look at this with Core at 4, I would have a hard time putting this above anything here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think for now, at least it has to go number 5. Yeah. But I do really like it. I think there are some songs on here that don't really hold their weight against the other best songs on here, which is, I think, what puts it down.
It's uneven to me.
Uneven, good way to put it. So, yeah. Any other thoughts on this album?
Anything during Scott Weiland's era was good.
Yeah.
So this is not a bad album.
Yeah.
But to me, it's too uneven, and it wasn't as balanced as a lot of the other albums.
Yeah. Any favorite tracks as you glance at this?
Cinnamon was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Just
That's,
as a
one of my dogs is named Cinnamon, by the way.
because of that track, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Even though she was named before I got in her life, but yeah. But I actually don't mind. Days of the Week is on here, right?
No.
Oh no, that's on. I'm sorry, that's on Shangri-La Dee.
yeah.
Yeah, the last one here. What's the one I'm thinking? Oh, Between the Lines.
Yeah.
Like when we talk about yeah, it's pretty good.
But I think that's a good example right there. The fact that we have to think about what our favorite songs are.
Yeah, that's true.
Where other ones you can just rattle off 4 or 5.
You know what? He's a smart bag.
Yeah.
Here it is.
So we know what the last one is.
Pulled out the Shangri-La Dee.
Shangri-La Dee.
I always like this cover.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Try and get the glare.
So I'll tell you what I did for these.
Wow.
Because the top 4, I was pretty confident were going to be the top 4.
Yeah.
I was. So I knew what the bottom 2 were. So I actually had a little listen off just between the bottom 2.
Yeah.
And I preferred Shangri-La.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
It's not a
To
wide
me-
margin, but I agree.
To me, I put it above Core even. But that's just me. I know that's...
Okay, well,
that's
that's something we could talk about.
That's something I know would be controversial, but to me, that would go number 4, Core 5. I call it Peace. It's Peace Lab.
Yeah,
Even though it's SCP,
self-titled.
I put that as 6. That's how I had them in my head.
All right, so let's do a quick little debate on this because I feel like because I got my number 1 in there, maybe I should.
Well, let me ask you this: if you take Plush out, how close are those albums to each other?
Oh, very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, Plush is the only thing that's Mickey Core really bounce.
Sex type thing.
I never liked that song that
Dead
much.
and bloated.
No, I'm not a big fan.
I'm smelling like
Yeah,
a
see?
rose at somebody. Oh man.
I don't know.
Creep.
I mean, Creep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Creep. Yeah, you throw that in there. Creeping. But to me, Shangri-La is actually pretty solid. It's to me, it was the one that when I listened to all of them moves up the most.
Okay. Shangri-La's got some good tracks.
That's
Days
the Days of the Week that you thought was on the other one.
I thought, well, Hollywood
Yep.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Wonderful's a nice one.
It is.
That's
So it's tight. I mean, I'm
It's a
okay
tough
either
sell
way
for
on that
me.
because this is tight. I know it is.
it's a tough sell for me. I can't put this above Core.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
Because I know that
Yeah.
would be the unpopular opinion.
Well, yeah, and the fact that
Yeah.
Core isn't even up in these 3 might be unpopular.
It might be, but I'm telling you, those 3 that
But,
are up there.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Yeah, underrated.
I mean, how do I want to put this? Do you think, like I do, this is their heaviest album?
It's got really heavy moments.
Yeah.
It's got heavy moments.
Okay, let's put it this way. The heaviest moments on this album, to me, are the
Yeah.
heaviest moments of their career.
Some of them, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then you have things like Sour Girl or whatever.
And Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
And
those
that's
are
what I
just-
like about this album.
Yeah, it's just so...
This album has
Yep.
some elements of this album
Yes.
in the fact
Yep.
that it's not all, and that could be a complaint about Core that's just rock,
Yeah.
but it's so good, in my opinion. So I think we're good with this.
Are we comfortable with this? Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm feeling good about
These
it.
were the 3 I had up here. So I'm not...
I'm going to ask you one last time, man.
Yeah.
I want you to put your gloves on. I convinced you, but now you try to convince me about this.
I mean, to me, it's like I said, it's tricky because for me, this is my favorite.
Okay.
But I do think it's a harder sell to someone who doesn't know the band.
Yeah,
It is definitely a different sound.
Yeah.
Like the production's a little different. The music's a little bit different. It does have a 70s glam vibe to it. This is a lot more palatable. This has that Interstate Love Song. Everything on this just goes down a lot smoother. And I think it's more popular. So this will always be number 1 to me, but I can see why this will be number 1.
You know what it is? You know why this edges it out for me?
Why is that?
There's just certain moments on this album, like the song. I think it's the 5th song. You told me lies.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. Remember how that song ends where it just completely falls apart?
Yeah.
Like there's moments on this album that are just like so creative and so perfect to the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just edges that out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
So, and I think, even though you're more into this one, I think what you're saying is a good point about, agreeing with me in the fact that, hey, I've never heard of Stone Temple Pilots.
This would be the one.
Here you go.
Yep, that would be the one.
Here you go. You're either you're gonna know if you like them after you listen to this.
I agree.
If they're your kind of band.
I agree.
So yeah. This one's a little too much of a curveball to.
It is a
introduce
curveball.
someone. Yeah. So we good?
We're good.
All right.
I'm happy with it.
So let's count them down from the bottom. And again, Wyland Era. There's no such thing as a bad album on this table.
No.
But coming in last, someone's got to. At number 6 is the self-titled. We call it Peace Sign. Gee, I wonder why. Number 5. Begrudgingly for
Yeah,
Brad,
I would have had this 4, but yeah.
Shangri-La Dee. Number 4 is Core, the debut. Number 3 is number 4.
Yep.
It's getting confusing, but I always like that simple cover too.
I do too.
Kind of fits the album vibe.
Yep.
Number 2 by just it's so close. It's so close. Tiny Music, Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop. Great cover.
Such a great album too.
Yeah. And by a hair, coming at number 1, the sophomore effort. No sophomore slump here, folks. The Mighty Mighty Purple. And I should have pulled out. I have this on vinyl, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And oddly enough, just randomly found it one time at a good price. The other one I have of theirs on vinyl.
Peace on.
Who's this one? Weird. Which I might be selling, actually. Because I have the CD. So, there it is, STP. What are we going to say? What are your rankings? What is your 6 through 1? Put them in the comments. Let us know. Especially if you're real, high on these two. Would you have gone Brad's way and put Tiny Music and done it this way? Or would you go this way? Let us know. I'd be very interested to kind of take a little poll on that.
Yeah.
But we're going to be ranking more bands, obviously, more artists. It's endless what we could do with this. So much fun. I love doing these in real time. It's kind of, we feel that's like our...
Yeah.
There's so many ranking album videos out there. That's kind of our take on it, is to just kind of hash it out in real time.
Figure out what it is.
And we always listen to the discography through leading up to the video. So we have the fresh years. And like Brad said, which is a great point, you could go into it thinking, oh, I know what my favorite album is. I probably know what my second and third are. And then you listen through again when it's been a while and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that happened a lot with Pearl Jam, I know.
I know, yeah.
For both of
Big
us.
time.
So check out the Pearl Jam video.
Binaural, yeah. Binaural.
Yeah, oh
really
my gosh, so good. I've always liked that one.
Yep.
But we did REM. Oh, we did Counting Crows. That was the first one we did.
The Counting Crows, yep.
Yeah. Oh, was that the one where we agreed on everything?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, sorry, I just ruined the whole video.
Yeah, don't watch that one.
Yeah. But it was the first one we did. We were like, oh crap, it was supposed to be like arguing, but well, yeah, it was what it was. We were being honest. That's the main point. So, tell us your STP rankings. For Brad, I'm Keith. This is the K&B Music Den. Please like this video. Share it on social media. Smash the bell for notifications. You'll be notified every time we drop new content. And subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the support, and we're going to have a lot more content coming throughout the year, so stay tuned. Thank you so much, and the pleasure and the honor is all yours, Brad.
Yeah.
We say goodbye. Let us know your thoughts and your rankings.